Alright, that should be all good to go. Now, you can remember which side's which this week?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And where's the screen?
There.
Brilliant, okay.
Thanks, Michael.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello. Well, good goddamn and other such phrases. I am Adam from Whatculture, and welcome to the customary sweaty cuddle that was Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 5, Eastwatch. Now, much like Dragonstone in the season opener, here we had an episode that was named after a location, and much like Dragonstone in the season opener, we didn't get there till the very end after we'd spent an hour repositioning all our pieces on the board, and just like Dragonstone in the season opener, it had its ups and its downs. So after an entire week of dickheads like me wondering if that final shot meant that either one or both of them had died, here we open with confirmation that they're both, and I'll do my best to feign surprise here, absolutely fine. Lol at you, Blompier. Kiss my up. Now, I said last week that not having the bottle to kill either of these two off felt like the show had maybe lost its claws a little bit, but yeah, okay, they're probably both too integral to the plot at this stage, so fair play for getting it out of the way early. However, and provided I don't choke on my own goddamn hypocrisy here, why they've killed the Tarleys off like that is absolutely beyond me. Either do it last week and give the battle the gravitas it needed, or let them live. Now, I won't argue that the whole scene wasn't a good watch, and it was a really nice inroad to that whole is Dany a f***ing pyrophile nutjob question we've all been asking, but Randall Tarley's story should, one way or another, for happy or sad, have been closed by Sam. He needed that a lot more than this scene did, so that's a down. Tell you what else was a waste of everybody's time? Olenna telling Jaime she was the one who killed Joffrey just for Cersei's reaction to be like, no, she's lying, followed by, aye well, maybe's, whatever, don't care. I know I've said this before, but episode 3 should have been the real reveal of Joffrey's death, and while I feel a bit heavy-handed giving it a down, it's not quite been worth it just to get some admittedly quite good performances from Lena Headey and Nikolai I'm gonna call James. Hi mate, yeah, could you come in the studio for a second? I've got a question. Yes, thank you. It's on his way. Hello, yes. Small favour, could you just come here for a second? The guy who plays Jaime Lannister, his real name, could you just...
Say it on camera. Yeah.
Yes, please.
It is Nikolai Costa Waldau.
Him! Thank you, James. I'm almost certain I won't need to do that again. Okay, so then we had, like, a billion separate things happen on the cliffs at Dragonstone, and I'm sorry. Now, hear me out. Dany returning on Drogon was great. Jon reaching out to touch a dragon was great. Drogon maybe sensing he's a Targaryen was great. The subsequent scene between Jon and Dany was great. The fact she's still curious about him taking a knife to the heart is great. Jorah's return was great, but they crammed all of that into like 3 minutes. That's like 3 or 4 of the most important plot points in the entire season, and it got less runtime than f***ing hit Puerto Rican reggae pop fusion track Despacito, which is an absolute banger, by the way. Look, I know we've only got 2 episodes left, I know we've got a lot to get through in each one, but that stuff deserves to get the proper attention, and it didn't here. Bran walked a load of ravens, that was cool. He sent them to find the army of the dead, that was cool. Gave him something to do, I guess. Not really fussed either way, it's just nice to keep him out of the way. Neither. Sam. This is a tricky one, because personally, I wish they'd just done this from the start. His scenes at the Citadel have been good, but in a season where there can be no wasted minutes and no wasted scenes, I haven't really totally got on board with the whole point of this. Like, we already know about Rhaegar, we already know about Dragonglass, so aside from introducing us to Jim Broadbent, I don't really see what any of this has done. But that line, I'm tired of reading about the achievements of better men, that got me, so I'm more than happy to put it to another one of our trademark polls, and the result of is Sam's time at the Citadel a complete waste is... Where's the screen? 57%. Fair enough. Up. Okay, so I've been very critical up until this point, but I mean, come on, no episode of television has tried to me as hard as last week's did for a very long time. So we can't really begrudge it rolling over for a kip or nipping outside for a smoke, but you know what it's like. Get your head together and you can always get it up again. I've said it a million times, but the best part of this show was when we can see all the little cogs starting to work together and all the strings getting pulled, and back at Dragonstone we got an absolute masterclass in this. Varys is in Tyrion's ear, who I think I'm right in saying was on the Source for the first time in the season, and they're going through the Mad King and how they can stop Daenerys going down the same path, and just, little pieces falling into place. Lovely. Following scene felt a bit muddled, I guess, and everybody just sort of decides, let's stop the war and get Cersei on board, and Jon and Jorah are going to go risk their lives for a plan they've not really sorted out yet. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now. Albeit briefly, we got a reunion of Jaime and Tyrion this week, and while it wasn't quite the reversed captor-captive dynamic I really wanted it to be, we got two incredible performances yet again from Peter Dinklage and God's sake. Yeah, I've done it again. Thank you. Sorry, yeah. Yep. It's the last, yep. Yeah.
Right, so, yeah. Okay, so it's Nikolai.
Yep.
Costa.
Yep.
Waldo.
Nikolai Costa-Waldau.
Yes.
Thank you, James. Nikolai Costa-Waldau. Nikolai Costa. Up! Now, my lovelies, here we are back at it again with the best subplot on television. Arya and Sansa, Sansa and Littlefinger, Littlefinger and Arya, a delicious up. I've personally been a bit gutted that there's not really been much for old Baelish to do this season, but as soon as Arya came back to Winterfell, you knew it was going to be good. For all Sansa's come on leaps and bounds as both a leader and a politician, she's now right in the middle of a real battle of wits between a master manipulator and a master assassin. Mwah. In case you missed what was on that scroll, that's the one that Sansa wrote to Robb in season 1, telling him their father was a traitor and he should come to King's Landing to bend the knee for Joffrey. If you put your hands near the screen during that scene, you can physically feel the heat from Arya's piss boiling while she's reading it. I didn't think it was going to take us till episode 5 to get it, but yeah, that Gendry return was pretty much worth the wait. If only for Davos's I thought you'd still be rowing line. We all did, mate. He's got history, he's got purpose, he's got a logical role to play in the story. His hammer is as sweet as the strawberry lip balm your girlfriend wears for me. Big fan of this. Plus, that entire scene with Jon in the cave kind of felt like the showrunners having a joke at the problems they've got cramming it all in this season. Whatever you do, don't let him know who you are. We've got so much more important stuff to get through first. Actually, mate, there's 2 hours left, so probably just gonna tell him. Up. Now, normally I would just be buzzing that the Hound is back. But look at this photo and tell me you wouldn't watch a 3-hour spin-off movie about their adventures north of the Wall. I have no idea how they got us to this in a single episode, but it is beautiful. Just take a moment to consider the dynamics between this group. Take a moment to consider that I, a goddamn master of my craft, had to write a page of notes on the dynamics between this group. Like, where do you even start? Like, Jon knows the Hound as a servant of the Lannisters. He knows Beric as a servant of his father's. He knows Gendry now as a friend of his father's best friend. Tormund was hunted by Jorah's father. Gendry hates the Brotherhood for selling him to the Red Woman. Arya travelled with the Hound for 3 months, technically owes him her life, despite the fact she's on a kill list. 3 of them are on the kill list. It's plot spaghetti. It's brilliant. And I don't really want to be the one who points this out, but of those 7, how many do you think are making it back alive? 4? 3? Remember me saying last week that they were going to take all our happiness away? This is almost certainly how they're going to do it, but regardless, it's my favourite up of the week. And finally, while I really hate ending on a down, that last scene, though brilliant, was also the tipping point for something that had been bothering me for the whole episode. Look, it once took Arya most of a season to get from the Crossroads to the Twins. So you're not telling me that Jon managed to traverse the entire map almost in the space of 2 scenes. Like, I know this stuff doesn't really matter, but you could at least try. Oh, and you're not telling me that after everything he's learned, after everything that's happened, he's just gonna nip past Winterfell on his way to a suicide mission? Come on. Well, there you have it. A bumper crop this week as a veritable wealth of incidents left us with 8 ups and 4 downs. And I think for all the negatives, I have to admit they've done an incredible job of setting us up for the last 2 episodes. Last 2 episodes? F me, where's the time gone? More important than all my drivel though is what you guys thought, so please do leave us a comment below, and as ever, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We'll be back for Whatculture later in the week, and if you've not already checked it out, we did a little mid-season quiz that I'm hoping Michael's gonna put in this box just to my left here, or else I'm gonna look really silly. Until next week though, I have been Adam, third of his name, and I will see you for the penultimate episode, Death is the Enemy.